You're watching Iowa Live. Everything local, entertaining, and meaningful in Central Iowa is right here on Iowa Live.
From the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, it's Friday, and man, do we have a great surprise for you this morning. If you're into the world of blues, if you're into rock and roll, you know of a man by the name of Joe Bonamassa. He is the world's biggest blues artist, and he's joining us right now because he's coming to Des Moines. Joe Bonamassa is on our live soundstage. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing great. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. It's Des Moines has always been so good to me, and we are ending our year in Iowa. We're doing Des Moines and Davenport, and I have some stats for you. My tour manager just compiled some stats. This year, we would have traveled 78,402 miles. With a combination of almost 3,905 hotels booked, 232,000 plus audience members, and 3.5 times around the globe. So we're ending on a high note coming to Des Moines. So I'm excited to end the year. You know,
that is so cool. And for those people that may not be familiar with the incredible music of Joe Bonamassa, this is the guy that when he was 12 years old, he was opening for B.B. King, and he's been going strong ever since. And now you have a new album out, and the numbers are mind-boggling when it comes to #1 blues albums. Am I correct in saying that you've had 28 #1 blues albums?
Yes, sir. I've been honored to do this for so long, and I have 28 #1 Billboard blues albums, which is the most in the history of that category, which is an insane stat. And, you know, we just got nominated for a Grammy this year, and, you know, this will be my 4th nomination. And, you know, I mean, things are good, and, you know, the band's been really playing so well on this tour, and it's been, you know, I've been grateful the whole year because I get to do what I love to do for a living. I'm 47 years old. I've been in this business 36 years, and I continue to do what I do.
Wow. Now, your latest album went live at the Hollywood Bowl with orchestra, we might add. How many members of the orchestra were there playing with you?
There was 42 orchestra members. David Campbell was the conductor, the legendary David Campbell, and then there were 7 of us. So it was about 50 people on stage when we did it, and that's a big band. And it was one of those things where it was just a dream of mine to play the Hollywood Bowl, and we had this opportunity to do it with the orchestra. And it took 3.5 years to organize and chart and everything. And we had one shot at it, but I'm so proud of the band for pulling it off because it was really difficult.
And you had a classic on there, the Bobby Blue Bland classic, 24-Hour Blues. You performed that on this album, right?
Yeah, we've been doing it on the tour as well, and so you know that's from that song we did on Blues Deluxe Volume 2, which was the one that just got nominated for a Grammy, and you know it's the crowd seemed to be really liking my return to more traditional blues, and you know I've had such a vast catalog that. You know, we can do a mixture of traditional blues. We could do all rock in one night. It just depends on the mood.
Yeah, you could do all rock, and just something we just listened to right before talking to you. I saw that one of the titles of one of your songs that was recently posted was "Hold On Loosely," and I went, wait a minute. It's an old 38 Special song, and I said, I wonder if it's anything similar. You rocked it. Man, Joe, that song is good with Joe Bonamassa and Train, right?
Yeah, with Pat Moynihan.
Yeah.
He sang wonderfully on it, and I copied all the widdlies that have to be there. And it was Pat's idea to do the song, and I said, you know, this would be really cool because neither one of us people would expect that song to be covered by. You know what I mean? It's like I'm the blues guy, Pat's you know, pop and rock, and you know, he's an icon, and like to get together and do it like that was pretty fun. And
you need to check it out, folks.
Field, which I like.
Now, do you do that in your concerts or not?
Not yet, but I'm waiting to hook up with Pat, and then we'll work up a version of it. It'll be fun.
That is great. You, the mayor of Nerdville, joining us, Joe Bonamassa, is here, and your podcast is going well, as I take it.
Well, we've done about 80 episodes of the podcast live from Nerdville. I haven't done one in a while because I had to get back to being, being the performer, not a podcaster. But everything has been great. We've had everybody on there and great conversations, and so I'm looking forward to getting to Des Moines. It's one of my favorite places, and my number one fan, Patty Patrick, lives there.
All right.
She's been my number one fan for 30 years.
That is awesome. And we should probably talk about that a little bit. That's the reason we could talk to you all day, Joe, which is great. But you're going to be at the Civic Center in Des Moines Saturday, November the 30th, folks. That's when he's going to be there. DMPA.org is where you can go get all the information, all the ticket stuff that you need there. Or Bonamassa.com is his website. You can check that out as well. But we are really looking forward to having the roof blown off that joint, Joe, and you're just the man to do it.
And we're going to play like there's no tomorrow, because there really is. We go home the next day.
You are awesome. Joe Bonamassa, thank you so much for spending a little time with us.
Thanks, Lou. I appreciate it.
How cool was that? Patty Patrick, hope you saw the shout-out from Joe Bonamassa. Now, we're going to get a shout-out from this guy right here, John Wather, executive chef of the Machine Shed, and he's going to show us how he makes pies and Thanksgiving in a box. That's coming up next on Iowa Live.